Right now, the island of Hawaii is witnessing a breathtaking display of geological power as the Kilauea volcano enters a violent new phase known as Episode 40. At approximately 8:22 a.m. on January 12th, the summit eruption inside the Halma'umayu crater suddenly intensified, sending massive lava fountains screaming more than 200 meters into the air. While the visual of molten rock crashing back onto a growing lava lake is stunning, a much more silent and dangerous threat is pouring out of the crater. Tens of thousands of tons of sulfur dioxide gas are surging into the atmosphere every single day, creating a toxic volcanic fog that can be felt far beyond the park boundaries. Although Hawaii County Civil Defense reports no deaths, injuries, or damaged homes at this hour, the air around the volcano has become hazardous enough that authorities are issuing urgent warnings to vulnerable residents. This is not a sudden shift, but a powerful peak in a summit eruption pattern that has kept the island on edge since late December. At 8:22 a.m. on January 12th, Episode 40 of the Kilauea eruption officially erupted violently when a powerful jet of lava pierced the bottom of the Halma'umayu crater. At the northern vent, columns of fire are continuously shot straight up into the air, averaging over 200 meters in height. Occasionally, shock waves propel the nozzles up to nearly 240 meters before plunging into the ever-growing lava lake. Meanwhile, the southern vent primarily produces dome-shaped jets and rhythmic splashes, creating short streams of lava that flow across the crater floor. The key point emphasized by USGS scientists and park rangers is that all of this activity remains completely contained within the summit basin of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. Currently, there are no lava flows spilling from the crater or moving toward populated communities or major roads. Monitoring networks also recorded no unusual activity along the eastern or southwestern fault zones, and no new cracks appeared in populated areas. While the stunning lava fountains continue to draw eyes toward the crater, a far more dangerous threat is drifting silently into the air. Episode 40 is currently releasing between 50,000 and 100,000 tons of sulfur dioxide gas every single day. This is an incredibly high output for a summit eruption, forming a thick gas plume that reaches more than 4,000 meters into the atmosphere. Because surface winds are currently trapped at less than 5 miles per hour, this toxic volcanic smog, or VOG, is hanging over the summit and drifting slowly into nearby neighborhoods instead of blowing away. For people with asthma, heart disease, or COPD, as well as children and the elderly, this air is a severe hazard. Health officials are warning that even brief exposure can cause coughing, chest tightness, and sudden trouble breathing. If you are downwind, the advice is strict. You must stay indoors as much as possible. Close all windows and doors and keep rescue medications or inhalers close at hand. This invisible gas is now the primary moving threat to the community, shifting with every change in the wind. Besides toxic gases, another physical threat is directly emanating from the ash cloud above Kilauea. Fine volcanic debris, known as tephra, along with sharp strands of volcanic glass, is continuously falling into the western and southern areas of the Halma'umayu crater. These tiny glass particles are extremely dangerous. They can cause eye scratches, skin irritation, and serious lung damage if accidentally inhaled. On the roads around Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, this layer of ash and debris is creating a life-or-death test for drivers. The road surface becomes slippery, causing the tires to lose traction, while visibility can suddenly drop to near zero. The Civil Defense Agency is urging everyone to slow down and turn on their headlights even during the day to avoid unfortunate accidents. Although lava has not yet spread to residential areas, these ash rains are turning the surrounding atmosphere and ground into a dangerous and risky zone. Behind the spectacular curtain of fire, scientists and emergency managers are maintaining a state of constant high-stakes of surveillance. According to the USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, the volcano alert level on the ground remains set to watch. This specific designation means that while Kilauea is actively erupting and requires intense monitoring, the activity is still strictly confined to a limited area at the summit. For the aviation industry, the color code is orange. This is because the gas and debris plume reaches high into the atmosphere, creating a potential hazard for aircraft, even without a massive explosive blast. The scientific rationale for these levels is based on what is not happening. There are currently no signs of unusual activity along the east or southwest rift zones. No fresh lava is moving underground toward populated neighborhoods, and no new fissures have opened away from the summit. Most importantly, despite the raw power of Episode 40, there are still no reports of deaths, injuries, or missing people. Infrastructure remains intact, with no damage to power lines, main roads, or homes. Officials are clear. As long as the volcano stays within the park's walls, the only true threat to the wider community remains the air itself. Over the last 24 hours, Kilauea's summit underwent a dramatic transformation, moving from a low, restless glow to the full, high-fountaining episode we see now. The activity began just before midnight, on January 11th, as low lava fountains and steady spattering started to break through the crater floor. While the surface was putting on a show, instruments deep beneath the summit were sending an even clearer signal. Tilt meters recorded a sharp increase in ground deformation, proving that magma was building up pressure directly under the caldera. This surge was not an isolated event. It is part of a rhythmic pattern of inflation, followed by short, intense eruptions, that has been repeating since late December 2024. In fact, USGS scientists were so precise in their monitoring that they had already warned another burst was likely between January 10th and 17th. Because these signs were caught early, Episode 40 did not catch monitoring teams by surprise. Instead, it allowed agencies to shift their focus toward managing the hazards of gas and volcanic debris long before the eruption reached its current peak. Kilauea's Episode 40 is a stark reminder of nature's raw and unpredictable power. While scientists expect these massive lava fountains to decline in the coming hours, the volcanic cycle is far from over. As long as the magma supply remains steady, more intense summit eruptions could strike at any moment. Right now, the danger isn't a river of fire in your backyard. It is the very air you breathe and the choices you make. Ignoring air quality alerts or crossing park barriers for a closer look is a risk that simply isn't worth taking. There are still no reported casualties or destroyed homes, but this is a serious test of our emergency plans and our respect for the volcano. The safest way to experience this wonder is from a distance through verified facts, not rumors or risky choices at the crater's edge. If this report helped you understand the reality of Episode 40, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Share this video with anyone traveling to Hawaii or following this activity. We want to hear from you in the comments. If you had the chance to visit Hawaii during a summit eruption like this, how close would you feel comfortable going and why?